All right. Hello and welcome. Welcome to our first Akashic Enlightenment Live Seminar. I know, let me adjust that a little bit. I know there's been some technical difficulties with our first startup here, but such it is with something new, I suppose. I have not done an event like this before, but I'm just waiting for everybody to kind of find their way online here. There's not a lot of, I guess, new people on the platform, and people are not yet familiar with how to join. And the event was moved from January to February. I know it's been a little bit all over the place, but such as starting things new, right? We're laying down all the new energy or the new paths to doing a new event here. So this is the first Akashic Enlightenment Live Seminar, and I have been called to do this event as part of, I guess, the new energy that is here. So welcome. I'm Sherry Mosley, if you're not already familiar with my work. And everything I do is working with Akashic Enlightenment. And this is going to really focus on Akashic Enlightenment, this event. We're going to do a little meditation connecting to the Temple of Light and all the ascended higher beings. And then we're going to allow whatever messages need to come in at this time. And that may be in light language, it may be in energy form, it may be a dialogue that channels through, we shall see. And then we're opening this up to any of your questions. So it's kind of like an open Q&A, or if you have a personal question, some people are not able to do a full reading of their own at this time. And so this is a platform for those that can't do that, to have a space to ask their own questions, and or just a collective group to ask questions too. And then whatever comes in is to benefit everybody that is part of the group or part of just the overall collective that is joining for this event. All right, so those of you that are new to Akashic Enlightenment, you may not be already used to working with the Akashic Enlightenment prayer, and that's fine. It's not required that you use it for this event. It's encouraged, and all you have to do is you can get it in the book, which is available on Amazon, Akashic Enlightenment. There's links on my website for that as well. And I won't be going over how to do the prayer or any of that. I save that for the Akashic Enlightenment teachings, or a special event where I'm actually teaching Akashic Enlightenment. So in this platform or this event, you are welcome to open your own Akashic Enlightenment if you would like to. Again, it's not required. It's just helping you to kind of get into a little bit of a deeper space as we do the session. But again, it's not required. It's not going to be detrimental if you're not in there, because I'm going to be opening the greater Akashic Enlightenment field and space for the entire event. Okay, and that's what we're going to be bringing all the energy through. So I know a lot of people are very hesitant these days on certain things. There's a lot of kind of coming and going, or back and forth. And so with something new here, it's been a little challenging to get people to, I think, kind of commit to what they feel called to do here. So we'll see. Maybe some more people will join us live once they figure out what's going on here. This event does primarily function best live because the greater portion of it is going to be for your questions, right? This is opening up the platform to your collective, to the collective, right? I have plenty of events where I have an intention already set, and then we focus on that and bringing that in. But this is just more of an open forum for dialogue and questions for higher answers. All right. So, all right, I'll go ahead and I'll start opening the space, and we'll start off with our meditation. We'll go into the Akashic Enlightenment field. We will go into the Temple of Light and connect to the Ascended Masters and the angelics, higher beings. and do our meditation, followed by whatever is going to channel in as part of the message for now. So, something kind of like what I do with the moon sessions that I do, the new moon and the full moon, but a little different. All right. So you can open your Akashic Enlightenment now if you have the Akashic Enlightenment prayer. Otherwise, just kind of be seated comfortably. If you want, you can lay down. I generally suggest having your spine straight just to allow the energy to flow. And yeah, I will go ahead and start opening the space to connect to the Temple of Light. And I will see you on the other side. All right. All right. So we're just starting to settle in. All right. So we're just settling in. We have Ascended Master Jesus, Archangel Metatron as our overall guides. And now I'll begin connecting to the Temple of Light. And I do tend to work with Yogananda in this space as well. And I'm just traveling to that space dimensionally. Coming into the Temple of Light. Sitting in the center on the centered lotus flower. In the front is the portal of white light. We have the Ascended Masters. I do see Babaji as well. I do see Archangel Metatron and Michael. Some of the other guardian angelics are also there on the sides. So we're first just connecting to the energy, which you can probably already feel. I am hearing light codes come in. I'm not speaking them, but the energy is flowing in. allowing the frequencies of light to continue to flow in, bringing in higher frequency light. And they're starting to open up a doorway in the Temple of Light that I have not seen before, going into a new chamber where there is a chair or a throne. And this is almost like a new gathering place. And the space to bring in the higher knowledge and frequency for this special event. Just connecting more to that space that they've guided us to. And what they're saying is that these are the teachings of light. And they are speaking to also, in October, I started channeling in the book Lessons of Light. And these are the teachings of light. They're still just connecting and allowing the energy to do the teaching or aligning. So far, it still is feeling like a download of light. Still just sitting in the meditation, the stillness of this light. And now I'm just allowing the download to come in. And there are the words coming in of what is this next chapter of light. This next chapter of light is an invitation to come to a new level of soul being and soul resonance. It only appears new as it's an invitation to come back to a part of yourself that you have lost connection to. Being in a world that has lost this connection. And it is now being called to come back to this connection. A remembrance or reconnection. There may be a resistance to coming into this new level of light. But this is only a distraction. A distraction from the truth that part of you already knows, which is where the resistance comes from. There's a deep knowing that there is more light, more love, and that this is the true center from which each should step forward from. And we are inviting you to come back to living with this light. So that you may know the truth of being and creating a life or existence or experience from here allowing yourself to fully step into re-embodying this light in this dimensional field. Continuing your soul's journey or awakening, which it came here for. This awakening is the primary reason you are here. And we are reminding you of this now to help ease any distress or discomfort you may experience through the tunnel of rebirthing. Allowing yourself to know that this light is true. Fully enlivening you, sustaining you. Opening to the truth of what actually is. Letting go of fears of loss or threat to self and survival. Coming back to a place of knowing you are always a part of the light. And this knowing will bring forward a new type of trust and stability that are on a higher plane of existence than the material plane you are used to using to survive with. And this will become the new way of being. Allowing the light to create what needs to be. And what will truly sustain you. And create what you truly need. Beautiful. And now we settle back in. Allowing for space of asking any questions or concerns that you may have at this time. So that the light may provide more support. So opening to any questions that you may have, personal concerns or collective. You may also experience as you ask a question, maybe receiving energy or an answer before it's even vocalized. Yes, Jenna, do you have a question?
Yes. Sorry, Cheryl. I'll be Leslie. I guess I was wondering about my starseed lineage.
Your starseed lineage. Well, it looks like you have a few. And it looks like your primary connection at this present incarnation is with the Pleiadians. You've spent your most of your lifetimes there, it looks like. Yeah, I'm getting at least 5 or 6, if not more. You've had roles where you were teaching, roles where you were maybe commanding those that are doing international relations. And it looks like the Pleiadians are wanting to connect with you in this lifetime as well, as a source of maybe like a spirit teacher or higher guide, benevolent helping being to assist you on your path. And the next would be the Arcturians. And this is a newer connection for you and not as familiar, but one that you are expanding to experience further. And now we're just expanding this even further. And when you ask starseed lineage, This can also include any incarnations in other dimensional planes or planets. And so there's just a sense of connecting to that multitude of lifetimes. Not a matter of naming, but in a matter of connecting you to their knowledge, wisdom. To help you understand your greater soul connection to all that is. And through this understanding, there's like a safety maybe coming back to you. Sometimes it can feel a little foreign to connect to a star seed or star family connection. And through this reconnection now, you'll feel more comfortable connecting to your Pleiadians in this lifetime. I just see them showing up now. You may see or sense their presence. It looks like you have two guides that want to connect with you. Just allowing them to come into your consciousness field. And this will also assist anybody else relating to their starseed families and wanting to connect to theirs. And it's kind of like a meet and greet. Wonderful.
Thank you, Sherry.
Yeah, thank you.
It helps to feel the connection. And when you said that, I kind of felt the waves of beautiful, soft energy around me.
Mm-hmm. Good. Yeah, it creates more of a comfortable connection. Yeah. Almost like introducing you. Yeah. Mm. Good. Mm. Lovely. Mm. Okay. So just kind of returning back to our center point. Mm. For any other next questions of other topics, or we can bring it to a close if there's no other questions.
Sherry, may I ask? Well, I guess the soul path, and I'm really hoping for my clear audience to open up, and um, I feel like it's coming, but I don't know. Maybe there could be guidance. I know questions about time is they're not relevant for them to ask, but
Mhm.
I know that in our human nature, we always want to rush things and to get it now.
Mhm.
But I don't know, maybe there is a message, something about my opening up my psychic abilities.
The clairaudience meaning hearing
Mm-hmm. Or
or
clear, yeah,
hearing
or
your
see,
guides or
yes, hearing or seeing my guides.
okay, so clairvoyance or clairaudience.
Mm-hmm.
when I look at the clairaudience, they're showing that there's some sort of a fear, and this is common. It's like a fear of a loss of self. When you open to the higher abilities, there's a sense of letting go of the human dimensional form. And there's also a connection to another lifetime here, almost like a trauma. Yeah, they're not really going into it, they're just going to help clear it. So the fear in this lifetime of connecting to that higher connection is also connected to that trauma. So we're just going to let them clear that. There's also fear of being judged of what's going to come in. And this is just a mirror of your own fear of loss of self. Loss of self meaning the ego losing its sense of control of what is, that something would come beyond its knowing. Here we go. There we go. And they're just kind of clearing that. Just kind of feel the space opening more, wider. Here we go. And the first thing that they're showing is really to move into practicing writing, asking and receiving and writing. And through this practice, it gives you a focus of paying attention to what's coming in and not reacting to it. So with practice, it will get better. Yeah, so first it's removing the fears, and then it comes down to practice. They're saying, ask and you shall receive, ask and you shall receive. Hmm.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
And I guess I still have the last question about my soul path.
What is your soul path?
What is my soul path?
Hmm. So the first thing they're showing is this helping, being a helping soul, assisting others, uh, being of service. And they are showing some sort of like almost like a counseling dialogue, talking one on one. And this could be done on many different levels. It could range from, social work to counseling or spiritual counseling, even ranging to like a tarot reading, right? It's a type of a counseling, but it does look more one-on-one, like connecting with an individual person and helping them find their way. Mhm. This could also expand into writing, like some sort of a self-help material, like a guide. And going through that process will help you come into more of yourself. It's kind of the like teaching and learning. As you learn and then as you write, oh, the energy is kind of stuck. Can feel that. Yeah. All right. I'm just trying to move that. It's like almost like a psychic channel block of the throat chakra. So there's a fear of finding your voice in the sense of finding yourself and letting yourself be that. There it is. There we go. Now it's clearing. I'm just doing a bit of a clearing there. So there may be a sense of a little disorientation. Things are moving around. Come back to your soul's path. Yeah, so there's a lot of fear of judgments from others, not being successful at it. The collective fear of, going outside of maybe 9 to 5 comfort and heading out on your own path. There we go. Yeah, so learning to write down what comes through. And eventually writing materials of helping others step into their true calling. And they're saying one step at a time will get you through this. There's part of you that gets overwhelmed at trying to do it all at once. And they're saying one step at a time. You don't want to let the overwhelm take control and allow it to shut things down. All right, and now they're just starting to reground and recenter, just allowing that to settle in. And hopefully, this also helps anybody else along their soul path and finding their soul path.
Thank you, Sherry.
Beautiful. Yeah, thank you. All right. Yeah, just settling back into the teaching space. Ah, such high frequency in here. It's beautiful. Lovely, lovely. Good. I'm actually hearing a collective question, and maybe this is from someone who signed up and is not live. But they're asking about the current timeline or trajectory of Earth overall, and also including ET contact. Okay. So the overall timeline and trajectory of Earth is they're saying that there's some delay, but there's a lot of assistance coming in to help with this delay. But there has been more increased fear than was previously considered to happen, which is increasing more assistance to come to Earth overall. But this year is going to be very highly developmental. and stepping past those fears, creating a timeline of accelerated awakening or growth. So this can mean rapid change. Rapid challenge brings rapid change, brings rapid awakening. Kind of like the more resistance there is, the maybe the greater the challenge to push you out of a comfort zone, or a comfort zone is oftentimes a disillusion. Okay. So it's best to try to stay aligned as best you can to flow with what is being presented to you as a change or shift, and going with that in the best way that you can, to then prevent greater challenges coming up, to then teach you those lessons. But the energy is accelerated. So the timeline is accelerated. And this is ultimately for highly beneficial outcome of overall collective awakening. Even though it may not seem pleasant in the meantime, in the present time, it's actually, it has a highest and best intention. It is not from a place of pain or disruption as it may be perceived as a threat, but it's not. And this coincides with the open contact I'm hearing, or they're showing 2025. Some very stabilized open contact being more and more revealed. And there may be more of an acknowledgement of, I'm seeing like military or government projects that are already working with extraterrestrials on our planet, but more of a open um, dialogue about these things, or open acknowledgement about these things, and it becoming more of a regular way of being, right? Kind of like, well, of course, we have marine biologists in the ocean exploring our oceans. Well, of course, we have part of our government or people that are extending connections to other life forms of other planets, right? It's just another uh, sect of what certain people are doing, right? So it's starting to become, it'll become more normalized and more of an open forum of what that work is. And then that will then open even more to then open contact to people more directly. And in the meantime, working with sorting out your own fears in regards to connecting to your star families, or um, of course, the Galactic Federation, which are always there to help, which there's going to be a series of events that I'm doing to help those reconnect to the Galactic Federation and all of those beings for the next couple of months here. And those events are posted on my website. So practicing contact with them in these higher dimensional realms assists with then physical contact and integration into our physical world. Mm-hmm. Okay. And now recentering. Mm. I think this will be a completion for today's session. So we will now begin to come out of the channeling space back to the greater temple of light. You may feel the shift of kind of dropping out of that super high frequency space. And now in the temple of light, we thank the ascended masters and angelics as we now begin to leave the temple of light to come back to this dimensional space. And coming back to the space in the room that you're in. Good, coming all the way back. All the way back from the temple of light dimensional space. Good, coming all the way back to the room and the space that you're in. And just feeling your hands and feet. Coming all the way back. Wiggling your fingers and toes, rubbing your hands together. Good, good. All right, well, wonderful. Wow, well, this has been beautiful. It does remind me of the Temple of Light channelings that I was doing last spring, actually, right when Pluto went into Aquarius last year. So I think that that's what this new calling is for. And I look forward to continuing with these events. And I hope that more will join live and that we can grow this platform more, as it seems to be like a very positive community gathering for the awakening that's underway. Wonderful. So I'll close out the space more to help you fully ground in. All right, beautiful. Okay, so just settling back in. What a beautiful channeling. Yeah, that reminds me very much of the Temple of Light channelings that were coming in last year. So this is definitely the kind of new direction of, I guess, my work. And yeah, so it's been a bit of a bumpy start here, but that's usually when there is something new being brought in, and grounding it in can be somewhat difficult, especially as the energy is kind of shifting still to hold that or maintain that. So we will continue doing these. Our next one, which most of you have signed up for already, and hopefully you will join live. The next one will be, I think that's on the 22nd or the 29th. Yeah, so February 29th. All right, so we're doing these 2 times a month. Okay, and right now I have them at the $15 sign up. Originally, it was going to be like a membership that you sign up for the month for $33. But we'll see how things go here and how things develop. And yeah, we'll continue doing them next month. So I will post that soon so that you can continue to sign up more ahead of time, and we won't have as many technical issues or confusion around the sign up. And I hope that the rest of you start joining in on these group gatherings for your questions or meditation, just to keep coming into more and more of this collective awakening that we are going through right? And again, this is going to allow for a very open platform for all beings to come in, as opposed to the pre-intentioned events that I do usually on Fridays. So this will just be very open to allowing the light to come in, to bring in the healing and the messages and the alignment that we need at the present time that it's occurring, and then answering any of your questions or concerns as part of your path and awakening. All right. And all of this will help benefit the collective and help us continue on our journey together. So I'm excited to go into this next chapter with all of you. And I look forward to seeing all of you on the 29th. Bring your questions. Yes. And yeah, go ahead and venture into maybe finding Akashic Enlightenment for yourself so that you can go into that as well when we go into the space, just to increase your experience. All right, but I think we'll go ahead and bring this first session to a close. So thank you for joining live or in the replays. Thank you. And yeah, looking forward to this next chapter of the journey.
Thank you so much, Sherry.
Yeah, thank you for joining live. We'll continue our journey in 2 weeks. All right.
Okay.
Okay. So lots of
Thank
love,
you.
everyone. Yes, thank you. And bye for now. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.